Hello everyone, this is Mallikarjun from Triple Department of St. Peter's Engineering College. We are here to discuss about AC potentiometers, the construction and working of AC potentiometer, and also types of AC potentiometers and also types of AC potentiometers. As we know that in general the potentiometers are classified into how many types? Two types, DC potentiometer and AC potentiometer. In the today's class we are discussing about what? AC potentiometer. AC potentiometer. The main function of AC potentiometer is used to measure. AC potentiometer is used to measure magnitude. AC potentiometer is used to measure magnitude and phase angle of unknown EMF. AC potentiometer is used to measure magnitude and phase angle of unknown EMF, whereas we have come across the DC potentiometer which is used only to measure the magnitude, but the function of AC potentiometer is it is used to measure the magnitude as well as phase angle of the unknown EMF Now we will go for the conditions. What is the reason to have the condition is nothing but for satisfactory operation of a AC potentiometer. For satisfactory operation of a AC potentiometer, we need to follow certain conditions. The first condition is slide wire. And resistive wire should be pure resistive. What is the first condition in order to get the satisfactory operation of AC potentiometer? Slide wire and resistive wire should be purely a resistive wire. Second condition is it should not have any inductive elements. In order to avoid error in reading. Coming to the third condition, the supply voltage should be purely sinusoidal in nature. That is, it should be free from harmonics. These are the three major conditions which you need to satisfy in order to have a smooth operation of AC potentiometer in measuring the magnitude as well as phase angle of unknown EMF. What is the first condition? Slide wire and resistive wire which are used in the construction of AC potentiometer should be of purely resistive. And what is the next condition? It need to be satisfied. It should not have any inductive elements. What is the reason? Why? Because the inductive elements will have create some error like lagging errors or some other errors in case of a reading. Or measuring the magnitude and phase angle. So we need to avoid the inductive elements. And coming to the third condition, supply voltage should be as sinusoidal as possible. It should be purely sinusoidal in nature. It should be free from harmonics. These are the three conditions. If you follow these three conditions, you can easily measure the magnitude and phase angle of the unknown EMF by using AC potentiometer. By using AC potentiometer. Now we will go with the types of AC potentiometer. Now we will go with the types of AC potentiometer. AC potentiometers are classified into two types. AC potentiometers are basically classified into two types. The first one is polar type potentiometer. The first one is polar type potentiometer and the second one is coordinate type potentiometer. First one is polar type potentiometer and the second one is coordinate type potentiometer. Now we will discuss in brief about polar type potentiometer and coordinate type potentiometer. First we will go with the polar type AC potentiometer. Polar type AC potentiometer. In this type of potentiometer, the value of unknown EMF is measured in polar form. The value of unknown EMF is measured in what? Polar form. That is, the magnitude and phase angle of unknown EMF is represented in the form of V at an angle theta, where V represents the magnitude of unknown EMF and theta represents the phase angle of the unknown EMF. In case of a polar type potentiometer, the value of unknown EMF is measured in terms of what? Polar form. That is represented in the form of V at an angle theta. V at an angle theta, where V at an angle theta, where V represents the voltage and theta represents the phase angle of unknown EMF which is to be measured. Here the magnitude of unknown EMF represents one axis. The magnitude of unknown EMF represents the one axis and theta represents the other axis. Magnitude of unknown EMF is represented as one cycle, that is one axis, and theta, that is nothing but phase angle, is represented by some other axis with the reference axis. Some other axis with respect to its reference axis. This is regarding AC potentiometer. This is regarding what? AC potentiometer, that is polar type AC potentiometer. Now we will have a brief discussion about coordinate type potentiometer. Coordinate type potentiometer. In this type of potentiometer, both magnitude and phase angle of unknown EMF is measured in Cartesian form. The magnitude and phase angle of unknown EMF is measured in Cartesian form. That is, magnitude is represented with one form and the phase angle will be represented in some other form with respect to a standard axis. That is, the magnitude of unknown EMF and phase angle of the unknown EMF are studied in detail with respect to the standard axis. That is, the magnitude will be represented in the form of a phase and the other thing, that is phase angle, is represented in the form of a quadrature with respect to what? With respect to the standard axis. Coming to the next point. By using this coordinate type AC potentiometer, I can measure both positive, negative voltages. positive and negative magnitude of voltages, positive and negative magnitude of voltages up to 360 degrees rotation, up to 360 degrees rotation. What are the points we have discussed regarding coordinate type AC potentiometer here? Here the magnitude of unknown EMF and phase angle of unknown EMF can be calculated in the Cartesian form. And what is the second point? Here, in case of an AC coordinate type potentiometer, phase and quadrature, that is magnitude and phase angle represented with respect to the standard axis. With respect to the standard axis. Coming to the next point, by using this method, by using this potentiometer, I can measure the positive magnitudes and negative magnitudes of the voltages in total 360 degrees. In total 360 degrees rotation. In total 360 degrees rotation. This is regarding the types of AC potentiometer. Now we will go with the applications of AC potentiometer. Now we will go with the applications of AC potentiometer. Now we will go with the applications of AC potentiometer. Applications of AC potentiometer. Coming to the first application, it is used to measure self-inductance. It can also be used to measure what? Self-inductance. Coming to the second application, it can also be used for the calibration of. It can also be used for the calibration of ammeter, voltmeter and wattmeter. What is the first application? It is used to measure the self-inductance. What is the second application? It can also be used for the calibration of ammeter, voltmeter and wattmeter. Coming to the third application, by using shunt and voltage ratio box. By using shunt and voltage ratio box along with the AC potentiometer. By using shunt and a voltage ratio box along with the AC potentiometer, it can be also used to measure voltage, resistance, etc. Voltage, resistance, etc. These are the major applications of the AC potentiometer. First one is used to measure self-inductance. Second one is used for the calibration of ammeter, voltmeter and wattmeter. Coming to the third one, by using a combination of certain voltage ratio box along with the AC potentiometer, it is mainly used to measure voltage and resistance. Voltage and resistance. This is regarding the AC potentiometer, types of AC potentiometer and applications of AC potentiometer. Now we will discuss about the another topic, that is ratio and phase angle error. Ratio and phase angle error. Phase angle error. Ratio and phase angle error. First topic is ratio error. First topic is ratio error. It is defined as the, I am representing this ratio error with RE. It is defined as the ratio of, magnitude of nominal magnitude of difference between nominal value minus actual value to the actual value. I am going to give the definition of ratio error again. It is defined as the ratio of magnitude of difference between nominal value and actual value to the actual value. This is the formula for calculating the ratio error. For calculating the ratio error, which is given as RE equal to nominal value minus actual value by This is the formula for calculating the ratio error. Now we will discuss about phase angle error. Now we will discuss about what? Phase angle error. The phase angle error is defined as the error which gives the difference between secondary terminal voltage with respect to the primary terminal voltage. Which gives the difference between secondary terminal voltage and primary terminal voltage. Phase angle error, let me say that this is PE. This is represented as the difference between what? Secondary terminal voltage Vs minus primary terminal voltage. Vs minus Vp gives the formula to calculate the phase angle error. It gives the difference between what? Secondary terminal voltage and primary terminal voltage with respect to primary.